Alright everyone, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel and Florida Racing. So, we're taking a little bit of a day off here as driver Bear Bearsky, and we're doing some fun racing. That's right, we've decided to try and throw our helmet into the ring for, you guessed it, the Snowball Derby. Now obviously we don't have Five Flags Speedway to be able to race at, which would be awesome. In fact, I would actually kind of like to see a game that just went to all of the different short tracks in the country and not necessarily have to do like the iRacing scan stuff, whether that's feasible or not. I mean, that would be kind of cool as well, long term. But just put these tracks into one single short track game with all the different short track series like E-Modified, Modifieds, the Bomber series, the Pros, etc. I think that would be a really cool game. Obviously we haven't seen that quite yet, but SRX The Game did come pretty close with a few of the different tracks for the asphalt racing models. So we got ourselves our Ilmore and Harley EFI Florida Racing super stock car here, and we're going to try and qualify our way in to the Snowball Derby. I think actually technically we're going to get in one way or the other anyways with how this series works, but still I think it'll be kind of fun. So let's see what we can do. First I'm going to try out some car setups here, but right now in a loose setup, and we'll see what we can do in practice. So let's get out onto the track here. Alrighty guys, if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. Also let me know if you like this type of extra content alongside the Florida Racing series. I kind of enjoy it myself, and definitely want to see kind of where this particular video goes overall, but just kind of fun because I forgot that Snowball Derby was coming up so soon. I had my sights set on another racing event that's coming up, which I should be able to simulate fairly well with this particular game. It happens to do something with Chile. If anybody knows what that is, please leave it in the comments, and we're going to have some fun with that along these lines with the Florida Racing race team. So that should be fun. I'm gonna try and definitely have some fun with that video. But anyways, we're going to be trying out, so this is Chestnut County, so it's half a mile, which is the same thing as Five Flags actually is. It's also a true oval, it's not a tri-oval or anything like that, but it does have a little bit more bank than the actual Five Flags Speedway, and we actually hit our goal there, so I mean that's pretty cool, looking over there at the edge of the screen. But still, just this was the best track I could get that's a true oval, and that would get us a fairly decent representation for a Snowball Derby track with these modified cars. I guess I could have gone with like a Stanford, or ooh, we got a car spinning there right in front of us, but I figured this one would go pretty good. So anyways, I think we figured out that the car's handling really good with a 50-50. Also, we do have a tire wear model, so that's going to be important throughout the race. So that'll be interesting to see how that changes things. It's 75 laps, so we better, in practice here, get to qualifying and see what we can do. Oh, that was a beautiful transition off track. Wow, good job to me. That was a really good one there. Alright, so we'll look at the setup here. I mean, there's not a whole lot that we can really change here. I mean, the ratio felt good. Tire compound. Ooh, tire compound. We can go with a soft, or we could go with a medium. So soft right now, that's why it's wearing out so much. So if we go with a medium, this, I never knew this is in here. The firm, the medium, and the soft compound. This is a big thing for short tracks. There is one friend that I actually have that drives a E-Modified. He used to test tire compounds, different springs, and different parts for Hendrick Motorsports. And so hearing what he used to do was really cool. Listening to him about all that he used to get to do. So that's some really cool stuff that I got to hear. We're going to go ahead and go back to here. We're still on the loose setup right now. So let's get into qualifying, and then we'll switch over to a medium tire to make sure we have plenty of wear for the 75 lap race that we have to do here. Alright, starting 9th, not too bad. We're going to be making sure to switch those tires over for the 75 lap race. And here we go. We got quite a few cars, 25 in total. And we got Eddie Crawford on the pole for the Snowball Derby. So let's go racing. We also got Tommy Beatty in here. I used to know Tom Beatty. That was a cool guy. Used to fly a jet. Name was Beetle Bailey. Pretty cool guy. Alrighty here. So, right on over here. And we're going to switch over to a medium tire. That should give us plenty. Do you want to keep the setup for the race? Yes, I do. So let's go racing at the Snowball Derby. I think we're going to switch back to my hood cam for the race. It is at night. So we're going to watch that. Got to check, make sure, keep an eyeball on damage, oil temp, etc. Looks like these guys are starting off with softs when it comes to the race. So it looks like they're firing off pretty good. My strategy is the long term. We got 75 laps in this thing at 16 seconds apiece. You do the math on how long that's going to take, and I'm going to keep on racing here. But real quick here, we'll take a look at our car. Very nice Harley EFI and Ilmore sponsored car. Thanks to Ilmore and Harley EFI for sponsoring this particular car. Definitely like the Ilmore engines. Kind of interesting that we have a mostly owned Dodge engine manufacturer in the truck series, but we can't get Dodge back into the sport of NASCAR. That's kind of interesting to note. But anyways, while the teams are working on the F1 cars and the trucks in Xfinity, not to mention the Cup cars, we're here at the Snowball Derby enjoying a little bit of a vacation race. Then we're going to take the family down to SeaWorld, of course, and enjoy some beautiful marine life shows and some cool roller coasters. Always a fun time at SeaWorld. But anyways, we're doing pretty good, staying around where we started. We also have a car back there that looks like the Dodge car from whatever that race was. Just with the straps, going to let, with the stripes, good night, what am I saying? The car doesn't have straps on it. What is it, the Mentos truck? I think I saw a picture of that. The Mentos trucks has painted on the semi-trailer, it has a bunch of not bungee straps, tie straps, holding down all the Minto rounds on it. Looks pretty cool. Trying to get my volume back up because it's a little bit low for the qualifying. It gets kind of loud inside that garage. There we go. Alright, now we can hear what our car is doing. We're staying 7th, the top 6 there. The top 6? Nope, top 5. They have separated themselves from the field. Let's see with our tires. Yeah, tires are wearing pretty good, but did they start with mediums or are they on softs? Because if they're on soft tires racing this race, then they could potentially be wearing out those tires pretty quick. So it is interesting that I did not realize that there is a tire strategy in this game. So that is a thing. Because I mean, my tires feel fairly firm at the moment. They definitely have a little bit more. They're not quite as grippy. I can definitely tell that, which is interesting. So that's a cool little mechanic in the game that I did not know was there. So that's what you get for not checking out the custom setups. Now we got this car right here, number 52, excuse me, got a little damage on the front end there. That's to be expected. And we've got the lap traffic now already at lap 15 that we're going to have to start working around. So this is going to make things pretty interesting. One thing that is not in this game is DNFs, so we're stuck. Got loose under him. Or above him, actually. That was interesting. Yeah, no DNFs in this game, so we're stuck with the amount of cars that we have on track at all times. So that is one thing that would be kind of nice in this game, with how long some of these races are, to actually have some DNFs. But I mean, there's not really a place to put the car necessarily when they do DNF, just with how this game is set up. So the World of Outlaws game definitely did not look like it got a whole lot of change. Supposedly they did change the traction engine once again, which they've been doing from race to race. We got somebody trying to pass us here, 86 car. So that sounds like that could be promising. They definitely keep changing those engines for how the cars handle and stuff. There we go, cars spinning. There are cautions, but they are extremely relaxed in this game, so we need multiple cars to pile up before we get a caution and rack them back up. So that's one thing that's also going on in this game as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where Monster Games goes. I definitely have liked their games. I mean, a lot of people have, God, there we go, spin somebody out there. I definitely like their games just the way they're structured. Just because it makes for a decent... They have what it takes to be a good career mode, just when it comes to like the money, the investment, the costs. And I like where that's going. When it comes to like, I guess, immersion for like F1, it isn't quite there. You don't have the ability to like hire another driver. It's not quite F1 level. It doesn't feel quite as immersive, I guess. That's the only word I can think of right now. But it still is a really good in-depth when it comes to working on the parts, working on chassis, working on the HQ. Oh yeah, and that's one thing with the HQ. You don't really have any like facilities that you upgrade to the majority. You don't have aero, you don't have that, but for the most part it's short track type racing, so you don't really need that, because usually, I mean, these are just for some of the guys, they're just working out of their garage. I mean, it's not really that big of a thing, and really there's not that many people that they're hiring to work for those teams. So unless you're like some of the Hendrick guys like Lawson or Briscoe or any of those other guys that are working kind of with Stuart Haas and their sponsors to go to these events and actually have a team to get things set up pretty quick. I mean, a lot of these guys, they're working right out of their garage, or they have a shop property that they drive to from their house to work on their stuff. So I mean, in all reality, it's not a multi-person team. I mean, sometimes it's just all in-family racing is really what you end up seeing, which I think is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Definitely a lot of good guys in that community. Definitely a lot of fun listening to them fight each other and listen to them kind of, oh, got loose, got into the wall. But yeah, short track community, it's definitely a pretty cool one in my opinion. Might not be looked on very fondly by the pros, but without those small racing communities, we wouldn't have any pros. So remember where you came from, remember your roots there, and respect them. Because those guys that are grinding at the short tracks every night might just be helping out the tire compound and the springs that you might see on like a Hendrix Chevy car later on down the road. So we got plenty of cars spinning out, so ooh, we actually might have caution here. Multiple cars got tagged up back there. Nope, looks like they're fine. Right, let's see where my tires are at. We're doing pretty good wear-wise. There we go. Not really making a whole lot of ground. Let's see here if we can find who's next to us. Ned Hill, that's the guy in front, so we're going to try and get to him. We also got Tom Beatty up there as well. Those are the guys we need to get to. So with that in mind, we're going to start grinding here just a little bit more and trying to get to those guys. Get in my way there. Whoop! Got loose. You will get loose on these in this game. You come off the corner and you try to slide back up. If you hit that too hard, woo-wee, the rear end will step out, which is a very realistic feel to that. Because I mean, you try to slide back up the track too much, ooh boy, those cars do go spinning. So that's pretty cool to see in game. So it definitely feels like the car's a little bit more planted, but I like having the car a little bit more planted. I like that more. I guess it's Simcade Simcade feel. I like that just a little bit better. I'm not totally sure why, but I don't know. It feels like the tire model is usually better in a Simcade than it is in an actual simulator, in my glorious opinion. So it just feels like you actually have the correct grip level versus the car just constantly spinning out every 10 seconds because who knows what. I mean, you just, it's one of those things. I mean, you can take the tire pressures down in a, I forget what game it is. Project Cars 2, I had to work on that thing so hard on the settings and how the car reacted until I got it to where I could actually drive it. It took a long time. But now that I got those settings fixed, I mean, it drives really good. There's still some cars that just don't work for me. But for the most part, that is still a very fun game to play once you go into the deep dark settings and fix stuff so the car actually reacts the way you kind of like it to. And so it makes it for a fun game, and you actually have a fairly decent feel to the car, because it can still get loose and stuff, but it's not spinning out every 10 seconds because, as I said, I mean, what I used to do is just go in and lower all the tire pressures until there was basically no air left in them and try to race, and it would still be spinning. So yeah, just weird how those things work. But practice makes perfect. That's the other thing too. So alright, we've got the 53 car coming up behind us. He is having some great laps. I'm guessing he's still running on the softs. I mean, we're doing pretty good now. What? No, this is interesting. I've never seen the temps on the tire gauges. So watch this. Here, if we see this again, this might be pretty interesting. But look at this. There we go. See it? It turned red. So it's like, hey, you are dangerously high on those temps. Back her down. That's interesting. I've never seen that in this game as well. Obviously, I haven't played a whole lot of it since I took my first look at it. But definitely still a fun game to jump into every once in a while. Do a little bit of dirt racing, do a little bit of this asphalt racing. So enjoy that for sure. Got a little bit of damage on the front end, but not a whole lot. Excuse me. Let's move along. We don't want to get lapped now, do we? Probably already been lapped, but still. Alright, so we can still have Ned Hill in front of us. Looks like he's getting bogged down in some traffic up here, I'm hoping, which would make my life a ton easier, because I'd definitely like to crack the top 5 if we can. But yeah, that guy on the pole, he is running a great race. Oh, we got a car spinning there. Oh yeah, Ned Hill's right up here somewhere. I don't know who he is, but he is right up here. I think he's the guy with the Valvoline sticker on the back. We got some... Oh yeah, we got Robbie Collins back there trying to pass. I don't think so, sir. Yeah, he's right up here. He's passing the teal car. Alright, let's get past you then. Excuse me. Yeah, he's got a pretty good drive away from me, so let's go back to here. So yes, Tommy Bailey, he's probably out of the picture, but hey, top 6, if we could get that, that would be cool. In our first Snowball Derby. So yeah, there we go. So Ned Hill getting slowed up again, trying to get to him there. I mean, we have just been totally thrashing on this car, so there we go, past him. That looks like a Larry's Lemonade car right there, and we're going to... Yep, we drove up too much. Alright, here we go. We're going to follow him down into the turn. There we go! Hard racing right there. Trying to get that spot. Only chance to be able to get past him. He was definitely faster. Hit a little bit harder than I thought we were going to, but I mean, this track definitely has that slope, and you come back up onto it and you're going to spin the guy out there. Tires haven't worn nearly as much as I thought they would, but there still is that wear. And let's see here, do we have, what's our best time? So our best time is a 14.209. Record is a 14.053. And we're running a 14.26. So not that much time fall off, it looks like. The leader is 13.5, basically directly behind me there as he's coming up. There's a 14.15 there. That was a 14.234. So yeah, I mean, fall off wise with the tires, there really isn't that much fall off as we got the 53 trying to get below us here. We gotta try and keep him behind us. That was a 14.415, so not as consistent as we would like to be, that's for sure. Gotta watch that 53 though. Run up the track a little bit. Yeah, do not want to let him pass, that's for sure. We got a giant clog in the racetrack on the front stretch there, working its way into 1 and 3. Good night, what am I saying? And that's a pretty big one there. We got 12 laps to go. If we can stay on the lead lap, I'd be appreciative of that. Tom Beatty is basically out of the picture, barring a caution, which is possible, but we're going to need a lot more cars than one spinning out every once in a while to get that to work. So right now we're just keeping the leader behind us and not letting him through. But I mean, hey, a 6th place finish, pretty good for a first ever start, in theory, in a super late model at a track that, in theory, in the real world, we've never raced at before, and only experiences F1 and NASCAR. And there we go, got a little bit of a loose up on the track, had to chase it a little bit, got a car spinning in the wall. Let's see what we're running. Okay, we're lap down there, got a little bit of damage, not too bad. Alright, so I wanted to look at his times. 14.310. There's a 14.62. So getting a little bit slower here, but we're also getting into the traffic, hitting the wall a little bit here and there. So that's not helping us out time-wise. Yeah, 14.621 there. Pretty good run at the moment here for this lap. See what we get here. And 14.36. So we got one less lap. One less lap. Now that we're a lap down, so only 3 to go in all technicality. Guess we can unlap ourselves here. Trying to get past the traffic. Traffic's getting pretty stuck here. Tire weight is decent, so I mean, not too bad in this 75 lap race. Pretty good. Ned Hill is 4 seconds behind us, so not a real possibility of him being able to get to us. And this is the final lap. Not sure who it's presented by, but it is the final lap here at the Snowball Derby, and there we go. Finishing 6th at the Snowball Derby. Pretty good, definitely a fun race. And there we go. You check it out. The field got itself lapped, like really bad. So get guys down 6 laps, 5 laps, 4 laps, 3 laps, and quite a few of us 2 and 1 laps down there, but still pretty good race overall. Definitely enjoyed it. Never really did crack the top 5 there, but still fun race for sure. So very cool. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't checked out SRX The Game, I would definitely encourage it. Definitely still a fun game, and on the same mechanics more than likely as World of Outlaws. If you're enjoying that game, you'll probably enjoy this one as well. So thanks guys for watching. See you guys here next time. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.